Up everyone, Stephen Michael here with Filthbomb Breaks, coming to you live from the House of Wax right here in Long Island, New York on July 14th, 2020. The time is 1:01 p.m. Eastern and I'm here with my co-host, Louis Zolo. What up, Lou?
Yeah, hey, I'm going to give you credit, sort of. I said we have to be live every day by noon, but you're noon Central Time, so I think that's what you were thinking.
You didn't mean noon Central?
No, I meant Eastern Time where we live.
Oh, I thought it was Central. Moving forward, I'll work on it for Pacific.
Let's see, are we live on all the platforms?
Let's see. I'm going to share it out right now. Hope everyone's having a good day. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means.
What?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
I don't know
Talk
what
about your
Tuesday
breaks real
means.
quick while we're checking and see if we're everywhere.
All right,
You gotta get
so
on the trick one anyway.
yeah, there we go. We're up and running. So breaks open right now. We have a Mosaic mixer. Oh, there's 4 NBA mixers. So if you like NBA and you are riding the wave of NBA like I am right now, go get an NBA mixer. There's so much value. Literally, you have like there's like 5 teams where you're really going to get hurt. And even those teams you could get lucky. Like, basketball's where it's at right now, people. That's why I'm posting it. I could be posting baseball all day, but I see the return on investment in baseball, and it's just not there right now. Basketball where it's at. And guess what? I was never a huge, ginormous NBA fan, but making money's fun. Making money's fun. When you could turn $150 into $700 on Zion, it's a lot more fun than getting some base cards in MLB. I'll tell you that. And with that money that you make in NBA, you could throw it into baseball cards.
Yeah.
As I sip my Starbucks iced coffee.
You think it's going to die down, or you think NBA is going to stay like this?
Listen, I think NBA is going to get crazy over the next 2 years. I think you're just seeing... I think everyone's panicking, and they're like, oh my God, it's so high right now. I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg with NBA.
Hold on, I'm checking.
It says error loading.
Oh, he's crazy. Why is it... You know the Pete Alonso polar bear card?
Yeah.
I have a hard time... Like, I don't know how you go about it. I have a hard time overpaying, and I consider what the comps are right now as overpaying for a gimmick card. Is that a wrong way of thinking?
What, just the polar bear card? Like the one with the real bear on it? Or the one where Pete Alonso looks like a polar bear?
Funny. No, the real bear.
No, I mean, I think that's cool. I think it's cool.
But do those kind of things rise in value?
I think it will because it's super short printed.
But it's not even him. It's a bear, man. I don't know.
Supposedly we're glitching.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Want me to check it out?
Yeah, if you could throw the podcast on, Vince, see what's happening. All right, so let's dive in real quick to some of the topics for today. First, we're going to start off with This Day in History, which is going to be a new segment that we do here on the Filthbomb podcast.
Oh, yeah!
So get ready for that. We do have a podcast director. A lot better than you, Lou. All right.
How do we work this? How does it work?
I'm going to read off some things that happened today, this day in history in the past. We're going to start in 1914. 1914, the National League Boston Braves climbed from last place to win the World Series in a sweep. Very interesting. 1951, the first color telecast sporting event to air CBS Sports. It was a horse race. 1956, the Boston Red Sox. Mel Parnell no-hits Chicago White Sox 4-0. 1968, the Braves' Hank Aaron hits his 500th home run. Wow, so Hank Aaron hit his 500th today.
Nice.
1972, plate umpire and catcher in a game are both brothers. And then didn't that happen again with Randy Wolf? Right?
Recently.
Yeah,
right?
Jim Wolf, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Then we have 1974, Billy Martin is the first AL manager ejected by the umpire from 2 games in one day. That's
what?
solid.
The doubleheader he got.
Yeah, that's great. 1978, umpire Doug Harvey ejects Don Sutton after discovering 3 scuffed balls. I like that one. What a cheater. 1987 Rookie of the Year Award is renamed to honor Jackie Robinson. I like that. 1988, Mike Schmidt passes Mickey Mantle for his 537th home run into 7th place. 1995, LA Dodgers, Ramon Martinez no-hits the Florida Marlins, so this is a no-hitter type day.
Ramon Martinez.
And in 96, Yankees closer John Wetland sets MLB record with 24 consecutive saves. And last but not least, 2010, the 18th ESPY Awards, Drew Brees and Lindsey Vonn win. So, interesting.
Do you know, when you were mentioning those things, it reminded me when I was talking about records that I think will never be broken will be ejections by a manager because of the rule change this year.
Yeah.
You have, well, I don't know why I just said this year, but you know what I mean. The rule change in general with the replays, and they have 10 seconds to figure it out, which, by the way, I think is cheating. You either do it split second and make a call that you want to challenge or not. You don't get that 10-second nonsense.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think managers don't get thrown out anymore.
I agree with that. That is cheating. It's like, hold on, 1 sec. We're going to make sure we're not idiots.
Right. Let's hold on. Make sure
we're gonna replay this one, buddy. Hold on.
Right. Make sure we have a case of at least a maybe to waste more time. Nah.
All right.
Do it or don't.
What I will say is this, one thing that was on the list that I missed. In 1914, the NL Braves climbed from last place to win the World Series championship in a sweep, and then gave Luis Zolo his chair. So that was new.
Oh, there it is. Can you see it?
Nope, but that's brutal, that chair.
Whatever. It's the only thing that fits in this corner right here, man.
All right. So back to it. Here's the topics we're going to discuss today. A group of NFL players team up with J-Lo and A-Rod to purchase the Mets. 2 players leaving the bubble are re-quarantined. Oh, no. Then Cam Newton expresses the immediate feeling of elephant in the room since replacing Tom Brady. So let's get to it. We'll start with the MLB, though. Yeah. Buxton to have testing done for injuring his foot. Oh, goodness, Byron.
Could put him on the bus with Judge.
Oh,
those guys
goodness.
Not stay healthy.
Oh, my God. All the talent in the world. This guy, he's a gazelle on the base paths. He just is hurt every single year.
Constantly.
Chronic.
And his foot. Dude, it's 2020. I'm pretty sure Buxton's in like 2013 products.
He's still young. He's just injury prone. The guy has talent, though. He's gonna put up one season. Mark my words. He's gonna throw up a 30-30 season before it's all said and done.
30-30. He has power.
Yeah, he does have pop. It's just a matter of when. And I think he puts one season together of that, and it shows all his promise, where he ends up actually getting in the MVP voting. And you're gonna be like, wow, he could have been, but he just was always hurt.
I don't know where you come up with these things of these people. Otani's like the best guy ever. Buxton's going to be in MVP.
Who's in? Is John in here right now?
Oh, yeah. You're talking
Eli
about
doesn't.
Is Byron Buxton, does he have MVP caliber type talent?
I don't even know how you could dispute that. Yeah.
Thank you. So there's one. All right, it just shows furthermore they don't know about baseball in Florida.
It's raw talent.
I guess. I
All
don't
right.
know anything about Buxton being a stud, I tell you that.
All
Maybe
right.
if he played a game or two, I would know.
He's good, man.
Yes.
Jordan Hicks opts out, saying it's because of pre-existing condition, type 1 diabetes. I'm with you, Jordan. This season's trash anyway. There's no need to play, no need to risk anything. And this is where you know you're garbage. Detroit releases Zach Godley. You know how bad you have to be to get released on a Corona season where you need bodies?
On the Tigers.
On the Tigers? Like, you know how, like, that... I could see you getting depressed over that. If you're Zach Godley, I could see you getting into a depressive state and going into a closet for a month. You know how garbage you have to be where the worst team in baseball is telling you, we're good. We don't need that many warm bodies. You're all right, buddy. See you later.
During a pandemic.
That's just, I feel terrible. You have to be so garbage for that to happen. So, remind me to never, ever invest in Zach Godley, as if I was anyway.
I don't even know who he was in the first place.
It is also the Tigers, though.
Yeah, but it is the Tigers. For you to get released from the Tigers, you know how bad you have to be?
Or are the Tigers that bad at evaluating?
I don't know. All right, let's go to NBA. Houston, which was my dark horse for winning the NBA championship. Westbrook confirms to have the virus, and he doesn't feel significant symptoms. However, we still don't know what the effects are going to be on a human body from coronavirus. So, will Russell Westbrook still be electrifying when he gets back on the court? Or will it affect some of his lung capacity, which gives him the advantage that he has?
I don't understand what the purpose is of these people that have the antibodies being quarantined still. Like, I'm confused. I don't understand it. Because they're going to be around each other anyway. Like eventually, if you keep quarantining people, the people who don't have it, their immune system's not going to be able to handle it. Right? Isn't that the way your immune system builds up, is by actually being around infectious disease?
Yes.
Doesn't that work that way?
But it's also the way to ruin an entire season and wipe everyone out.
Season's already ruined. I don't understand how they're playing.
No, NBA's not ruined. I don't think the NBA's ruined. They played a majority of it.
What do you mean?
They played a majority of the season, so I think, like, this is still a season. If you could somehow get into this bubble, make it work, which it seems like they could.
I'm not saying overall, like, the season itself. I'm saying the continuation. Like, in other words, you're right. They played a ton of games already. They're just finishing off the season. But I feel like this ending right here is going to be a total debacle. Like, who's really going to end up playing all the way through? You think it's just going to be okay the rest of the way?
Look,
I don't.
If they really restrict and they don't let people in the bubble, which is going to be tough because they're showing Instagram models already getting DMs from the players trying to invite them in, then I think, how can you get it? If nobody has it in the bubble, how could you get it? It's the second the bubble is put at risk that we're all in danger, or they are. Well, speaking of that, if I'm Rashawn Holmes, I am going to sit out the rest of the season because I am not sitting in my room for the next 2 weeks because I went to get takeout. So Rashawn Holmes was actually put on a quarantine, self-isolation, because he stepped out of the bubble to pick up delivery.
Oh, man. I would go crazy.
At that point, I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, fam. I'm sitting this one out, too. I'm going home because you're not putting me in my hotel room for 2 weeks.
I just, listen, I'm not saying play or don't play. I'm just saying pick one and stick with it. So, in other words, if they do play, they better finish. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't want to play because of Corona, I'm cool with that. If you do play, though, you gotta finish the season out. You gotta play.
I agree.
So what are these guys? But I'm not only talking about NBA. I'm talking about all the way through. So I just don't understand what the hell is going on. Like, I don't know what their backup plan is. If somebody gets sick on the team, like really sick with symptoms during this whole thing, then everybody goes into quarantine and there's no team.
Yeah, that's the part I don't get, because then what are you going to do?
Me neither. What happens? That's what I'm saying. What happens?
But the point is, it won't happen. If we stay inside the bubble, no one's going to get it. You can't if no one has it in the bubble. So the only way you're going to contract it is if somebody gets it. But let's move on. Clippers, Kawhi Leonard says he is in great, emphasis on great health, and ready to play ball. But Coach Doc Rivers says they still need to be smart and monitor them and keep an eye on them. I love the Clippers. I love the Clippers this year because I think everyone loves the Lakers, and usually what? The masses are?
Wrong.
Masses are asses.
Masses are wrong.
That's usually it. That's why when you go to Vegas, their house looks like that and ours looks the way it does. Because they are making money.
You want a betting tip based on your theory right there?
What?
Which I agree with. And people might have noticed it who bet, people might not have. Notice every year, every sport, whatever the big night is on the home court that day or the home field, they lose. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, do you understand how much money I've lost in my life from betting? Because I always go with who I think is going to win. Which means, all right, first, no, it's not sentimental. I am convinced. No. I am 1,000,000% convinced, because the first half of my life, of my gambling life, I lost so much money. Mm-hmm. The next half, I didn't lose as much, and I even could say I was a winner. And it's because I would always do the opposite of what I thought was going to happen. Because I'm convinced there are psychologists and people that for a living know how to manipulate numbers to make you feel a certain way towards something, that by making a line minus 155 instead of 145, it's going to make you go harder on the favorite. Like, I'm convinced there are people out there that are manipulating with numbers that know how to affect our psychology. And we make bets based on numbers. And we continue to do it.
First of all, Sports Center is created because of that.
Oh, to get you 90% of the time, whatever they say is wrong.
Why do you think injury reports are even reported? For the bettors. Nobody else cares. Who cares? who's hurt. The bettors care who's hurt. It sways the whole entire thing. The information they put out on SportsCenter on a Sunday is to sway the numbers for you to lose to the house. You think they're not in on it also? The whole
Bro,
thing's a
I'm
huge
convinced.
conspiracy.
I'm convinced. Tell me one person you know that made a lot of money gambling.
I don't know anybody who made a lot of gambling.
Me neither.
I know tons of people who lost everything gambling, but I don't know anybody who made a lot of money
Because they have the numbers so perfect. Why do you think everything's always 3, 7, 4? Like, it's always like a perfect line where you're like, oh, a touchdown. We could do
Always.
this. We could
Which
do
makes
this.
me think- which makes me think a lot of it is completely scripted. Do you think the whole thing's not scripted? I'm talking beginning to end.
No,
to make money.
I don't. I don't think
do.
the players are in on it. I don't.
I do.
No.
No, I don't either. I don't think the players are in on it to an extent. I don't think they know they're pawns in the game. Listen, I have a theory, and this is going to be crazy. This is going to blow your mind right now. But I'm telling you, I think this exists. And this is why. John Gruden, okay? If anybody watches Monday Night Football when he's the announcer, he specifically calls out plays that completely look asinine and fixed. He's done it for the last 2-3 years, and he calls it out to the T. He'll stop it, show it, freeze frame. How did this happen? How could this even be thought of happening? Who would ever do this? Then, all of a sudden, he gets the biggest contract for a coach to go coach in Vegas. They take him off the air because he was exposing them and give him a crazy contract. The guy won 1 Super Bowl, who, by the way, wasn't built by him. It was built by Dungy. He was inherited a great team. He's nothing so great. I love Gruden, but he's not great. He's not $100 million coach great. And they gave him crazy money to coach a team 30 years later in Vegas.
There are people out there a lot smarter than us, right? That have like doctorates in human behavior and psychology, right? Do we agree? Yes.
Absolutely.
But what I would say is this. I think so many times they know what the odds of a team winning, right? So say, for example, like, oh, the Lakers versus the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you're like, boom, Lakers are going to beat them. But I think that they have data and statistical backing that proves that 50% of the time the Pelicans are going to beat the Lakers given certain circumstances, right? So now what do? How can we make this line tasty enough for everyone to get on the side of the Lakers? Because if we go too high, no one's going to go there. And if we go... So what do? If we go too low, somebody's going to think something's fishy. So they get that perfect sweet spot number money line for the Lakers, minus 155. Now you're like, oh, this is gravy, right? If it's 185, ooh, I don't know if I could lay that much.
They use fear of paranoia against you also. How many times, and use those same teams, just we're, picking 2 random teams, okay? The Lakers, let's say, are dominant all year, right? But they play some scrub team. And then all of a sudden the line is like -4 when it should be 14. Do you ever notice that team that should be getting waxed 99 out of 100 times always ends up covering that crazy spread?
But that is why.
Happen.
But that's what I'm talking about. They either make it so crazy like that, where you're like, oh, there's no way, where you have to bet on the team, the favorite, because you're like, yo, this is free money. They never get it to the point where you're scared. And 99% of the time, when it is a heavy favorite money line, that team usually covers, because nobody's trying to put that wood down.
You know the year the Bulls won their 70th, right before Golden State broke the record, but the Bulls had the 70th. That year, Toronto Raptors, they had the worst record in the league. I think they had like 9, 10, or 11 wins. 2 of those wins was against the 70-win team. So that means the Bulls were 70-12, but 2 wins was from a team that won 9 games. Outright loss. You understand what I'm saying? It's
Vegas had to make some money, bro. They had to figure out where they were going to capitalize, and that's where they did it.
Let me go through some comments real quick. Let's see. Mike McFarland says, what about the Instagram guy, Vegas Dave? He supposedly kills the betting game.
Yeah.
Well, that's 1 in a gazillion. Even if he does.
No, everyone knows Vegas Dave.
But what I'm saying is, how many Vegas Daves are there, right? I mean, that's why he's Vegas Dave.
No, but I don't even talk about him. You have to go look him up. You'll see.
Okay, let's see. Brad Beat says Romo predicts what the team is going to run next. That's a good comment. Listen, I don't know, but Romo seems to know what he's talking about as an announcer. He's going to make the Hall of Fame that way. Watch. He's going to get in.
Him and Eli, yep.
No, Eli's getting in as a player.
No, Eli might.
Romo.
The only chance Eli got is if he.
I like Romo as an announcer. Do you?
Yeah, Romo's good.
Yeah, I think he's good too. Let's see. Okay, that's it with the comments for now.
All right.
Cam Newton.
Next up, Cam Newton. We already talked about him yesterday, though. I think he's going to dominate.
So do I.
Bill Belichick, but it's too late. If you're looking to invest in Cam,
we didn't talk Cam Newton.
You're out. Don't buy Cam now because it's too late. The time to buy Cam was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So don't do that. Derrick Henry and Tennessee will not reach an agreement by Wednesday deadline. Not shocking. NFL revealed Oakley mouth shield to help prevent spread of virus on playing fields. Also, I want to talk about this real quick. What do you think about the NFL not wanting players to pose next to each other after the game swapping jerseys?
Why?
I know.
Why would they not want to?
Because it increases the chance of getting the coronavirus.
Oh, so it's corona related? Okay, so they're going to play football, sweat and bleed all over each other.
For 3 hours, roughly.
Ass. Right. And they can't switch jerseys at the end of the game? That's asinine.
Crazy,
But
right?
you know something? Everything the NFL does lately doesn't surprise me. Listen, personal reasons, I'm all out on the NFL. It's breaking my heart. I'm like the next guy. Love fantasy football. I run a couple of leagues myself. I'm 100% out.
Would you
Done.
say that it's tearing up your heart when I'm with you?
Ooh, hey, nice segue. Nice segue.
What do you mean segue?
What.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that.
Yeah, dude.
No, I'm serious. I wasn't thinking that.
No, but it's in your blood. You see what I'm saying?
It's in my blood.
I think, okay, I'm going to bring something up, and if it gets too sensitive, we can stop talking about it, but I'm taking the shot right here, okay? If we want, you know where we're going. If we want to be like Barstool eventually, we're going to need to get out and about, do clips, and do fun stuff. Which in turn
I'm not
means
fun.
People are going to know who you are. Listen, everybody's in this room because of you. Let's be realistic. Not the podcast. I'm talking about in general. They're in Filthbomb because of you. You create a service no other breaker does. Okay, everybody could break cards. I see other rooms. It puts me to sleep. I don't like it. You're fun. Everybody knows who you are.
Thanks, Lou.
So it's your personality. No, I'm serious. I'm giving you credit finally when you deserve it.
I'm not used to this.
So my point is, people want to know you. Just always talking about cards and stuff is not enough. They want to know the person behind what they're buying into. And like the rest of us, we have previous lives. And you don't like to bring it up because you like to put it in the past. But I think we should embrace it because it's going to come out later. And at the end of the day,
You're making it sound way worse than it is now. It's going to come out later?
No. You listen, for anybody who doesn't know, Steven was in the music business. He was in a boy band like Backstreet Boys. And I want to know personally, it's not, oh my God. First of all, even though I would never do it, I give you credit. I don't know how you had the balls to get up there and do what you needed to do. That's number one.
Can I tell you that I don't know how I did it, though? I suffer from chronic anxiety, and I have no idea to this day how I would get on stage in front of people. I wanted to faint every time.
How did it happen?
Wait, did I ever tell you a story? I remember singing the national anthem at the Kings game. And I remember telling myself, yo, just go down. It's cool. Like, I remember telling myself that in my head. It was like, oh, say. And it was like, I started getting hot. And it was like, whatever. At this point, just go down. It's too late. And, like, I was 50-50 just going to pass out in the middle of Arco Arena. Hey, that's how I felt.
Check this. I'm going to give you support right now, okay? As you're telling the story and finally opening up to us, check this out. You know what I'm going to do?
What?
Check out my shirt. You ready? This is something you're not going to believe. Watch this.
Yankees? Filthbomb?
Filthbomb, baby. I got a Filthbomb shirt on.
You got a Filthbomb nipple tattoo?
I got one. Look at that.
That's
it is.
sick.
The bomb. All right, tell me.
Sick.
I want to know, how did this happen?
No, nothing. Basically, I had no intention of ever getting into the music business. One of my friends in high school was just like, he had an agent and everything. He was all into acting, and he was basically said, hey, you want to come with me to this tryout? It's going to be fun. And I was like, hell no. He's like, come on. It was like my best friend at the time. So I said, whatever. Let's give it a try.
Right.
Honestly, I didn't want to go. I was like sweating the whole time. I wanted to just pass out. So it wound up, I got the call back, and it was for O-Town, to be in O-Town. And I was too young, though. I was way too young for O-Town, so I met a bunch of guys that were there, and then we formed a boy band from that. And I didn't even want to do that either.
So the boy band was formed from people you met
At some random tryout that I wasn't even supposed to go to.
What'd you do at the tryout? Did you sing and dance?
We had to sing.
Oh?
We had to
dance?
sing. No, man, don't even. Somebody get me the golden buzzer right now, because I'm about to.
You could dance? Can you dance?
I can't really dance. No, I could learn. I learned choreography.
So you have rhythm, is what you're saying.
Bro, we had a swag coach. We had a choreographer. We had everything that within 3 months we were signed under one of Sony's record labels. It was insane. It happened so quick. The way it happened, so quick.
Listen, I give you credit. I don't care what anybody says. People joke about boy bands and stuff. Dude, you had to live the life for a while. Come on.
I mean, yeah, at
Right?
17,
It wasn't fun at
18,
all?
19, we were crushing it.
Right.
Yeah,
Are
it was
you kidding
fun.
me?
It was fun.
Yeah, but come on. But did you ever do a concert of any kind, even with small crowd?
Bro, we opened up Z100 Zootopia.
Yeah.
We
I
did
listened.
Zootopia. Like, at the Meadowlands, like, we were with Akon when Akon was nobody. When he had Lonely, we opened up with Akon, Bowling for Soup. Remember Bowling for Soup?
Yes, I do.
So
I do
it was
remember.
like a bunch of us.
Wow. So let me ask you a question. You personally, right? Because you have anxiety.
Oh, bro, I hated it.
How long was it before shows that you already started bugging out and thinking about the next
No,
one?
it was like 2 minutes before we went on stage. I would like forget the words. Like I was just, I
Did you
wanted
lip sync?
No, but I wanted to faint.
You guys really sung?
Yeah, but I wanted to faint. Like I'm not exaggerating. You know that you have anxiety. You know the panic attack. Like, have you ever had a full blown panic attack?
Yeah.
After every show, I'd have the symptoms of a full blown panic attack for like the next 72 hours. Like I was a mess.
Yeah, that's not fun, man.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That's not a good trade-off.
No,
You know what I mean? Because for the 5 minutes of fun,
no.
72
I
hours
loved
of
making
panic.
music. I enjoyed that part, but brutal. No bueno. What up, Stick? What up, Matt?
But you still won't let us know the name of the boy band.
No, get away from me.
I don't understand. Let me ask you a question. Why are you so embarrassed of the name of the band?
I'm not. I just don't want to get into that whole aspect of my life. I hated it. Well, it was fun. I loved it, but now I hate it. And also because I did it for 13 years and we never really made it. So it was like we were always like in the D League, the G League.
But that happens all the time.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
sour
not like
grapes.
you failed. It just didn't happen. No. It's not like you failed. It just didn't happen. There's a difference, right? I mean, it's perspective.
Yeah.
Listen, I think as your therapist, you need to open up right now and you need to tell us. Just say it.
No.
Just say it. You'll feel so much
But
better.
what I will say is this.
What?
I feel like Zach Godley at this moment in time.
Why?
I feel like Detroit just released me from this conversation.
Come on. For real? You really feel stupid about it?
No, I'm good.
Seriously.
No, I'm really good. I just,
Don't want to. You're really good, but you just don't want to.
yeah, I just don't want to
don't
talk
want
about
it in
it.
your face.
That's it. They weren't ready for Filthy Steve yet, Josh said.
I'm telling you, we're gonna know you truly evolved one day when you tell us right into the screen what the boy band name was. And it doesn't matter if we could find it on the internet or not. It matters that you tell us. you got to open up and tell us.
That's desperate.
Has it desperate?
That's
We should
desperate.
know. I want to know who our leader is.
You want to know what
If I'm gonna
turns
follow
you
you into the
on?
promised land, like you're Moses, I need to know what boy band you were in.
I can't reveal that information, unfortunately. I'm very sorry.
Did you have a boy band name? Were you like, I don't know, something?
All I know is I was in the
Oh,
best
change
shape
the
of my
subject.
life.
That means
I was in the
yes.
best shape
What
of my
were you
life
called?
during that
What
time.
were you called? What were
Nothing.
you called? Tell me.
We were called.
Something with bomb.
I'm not telling. All right. I'm not
Steve
telling.
Bomb, Steve Bomb. Steve Bomb.
I'm not telling.
Oh, come on.
I'm not
I'm gonna
telling.
figure it out. I'm gonna find it out. I'll never bust you out, but I'm gonna get.
Isn't that the best, John?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I'm not telling.
Hey, what's
you're dying when you're in best
the website we could use when people become like VIP members, like a paying subscription?
What do you mean?
Like in other words, what's the thing? Pantheon? Is that what it's called? Pantheon?
Patriot?
What's it called?
Patronage? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. What I'm saying is when you finally start selling subscriptions to Filthbomb, that's where you're gonna have to put that info so that VIP members know what band you are in.
Sorry, but that's never coming out. All right.
Yes, it is.
On that note, it looks like we touched the half-hour mark today. Another eventful day at Filthbomb. John, give us a quick breakdown of the breaks. What's left? Isn't that New Kids?
Stuff.
That's how you know you're old, when you're singing New Kids on the Block.
They were the boy band, baby.
They were.
Let's go.
Do you ever see them now when they do that new song with Neo? They all look like they were 60. They were moving like they had gum on their shoes. They're like,
See, that's one thing.
Hold on.
That'd be embarrassing.
all right.
A boy band's supposed to be boys, not a man band.
Only 10 spots for the 1920 mixer.
What's going on?
All right, so we have 10 spots remaining in the 1920 NBA mixer.
We got 7 left for the Mosaic Random Tiered Team.
7 left for the Mosaic Random Tiered
A
Team.
lot of people like the Random Tiered Team. We have 22 left for the Assorted Years mixer.
22 spots left for the Assorted Year mixer. And
26 left for the Assorted Mosaic mixer.
26 left for the Assorted Mosaic mixer.
There's a mini up for the Assorted Years NBA mixer.
Yeah, go over to filthbombreaks.com right now, hit current breaks, get in an NBA break. There's a ton of value in them. And Michael, Jordan Knight had major anxiety. We actually opened up for Jordan Knight.
You are my fire.
Wow, that's not bad. With your Brooklyn accent?
Desire.
That's not
Yeah, I could be
bad.
in that. Who's that? Backstreet?
Yes, sir. No.
I want to be in a boy band with you. Me, you, Stick,
And Chad
Sarah.
Sweatman.
Chad Sweatman always wants to fire me. That's
Yeah.
his slogan. He don't want to be in a boy band with
That's
me.
it.
He would want to start me in a boy band so that he could fire me later. So he's out. Me, you, Stick, and Derek.
Bing,
That's
bing,
it.
bing, 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 bing.
No,
No,
I
that's
got the
washed. All right, we're out of here. On behalf of myself, Stephen Michael, Louis Zola, Filthbomb Breaks, and all other brands associated with the Filthbomb brand, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity and allowing us to broadcast for you live today on the Filthbomb podcast. And until the next break, till the next Casebox Packer podcast, we're signing off saying, sayonara, bro, Tani's. Catch you on the flip side.